if we talk about different type of internet fraud, there are lots of them, but some of the most popular one of them we have is the visa fraud.
Oh,
yes, visa fraud is one of the most popular internet fraud that we have today. Many persons are falling victim. When I say many, I mean many. A lot of persons tell you they want to travel outside the country, they want to travel out, and they'll tell you that this agency that does visa for people, they will secure job and the likes. 90% of them are frauds. Talk about somewhere like Owerri, Imo State. Plus up is a normal thing, because you see guys come out in a roundabout and either they are eating feces, like real, or you see them bathing naked and doing some certain things. All those things aren't content. Those things are rituals. Then there have been cases of those that will collect soap. They'll tell you in Yoruba word, they'll say Oshe.
okay.
They collect soap which they bait and make some incantation before they come online, such that when they are speaking with their supposed clients, the person does what they want to do.
Okay, now, but there's a concept, right?
Yeah.
So the truth is, if you are, most of those things could not make someone to have access to your systems. There is no amount. There is no amount of incantation or whatever they do. Right. The rule of thumb here is in every security agency is that your system or the service you're running or your personal information cannot be hacked except you are giving. You yourself, who has that system, give it out information. So what these guys do, like this incantation, so what they do generally is social engineering. That's what it's called in cybersecurity, right? Social engineering.
But one thing you should know about these internet fraudsters is this: they are very smart.
Yes,
they are very smart.
They are not dumb.
They are very smart. That's why they'll say they take time to be trained in their HK.
HK?
Yes.
So what's HK?
That's where they gather Yahoo boys. They refer to it as HK. I don't know the meaning of the HK. If I start telling you some terminologies they use, you'll be surprised. You know, it was on internet. I saw someone like, it's hard to find a clean OS these days.
Yes.
So now, now the one that is trending these days is what they call bombing. Now, what do they do with bombing? They look for the less privileged, especially that are outside the country, that the government are funding, and they impersonate these people to divert their funds.
So, and these guys, the way they do it, even most policy may not be able to catch up with them, because these days what they do is relationship fraud. Right, through the internet. So relationship fraud. So I pretend that I love you for the fact that I love you. You'll be sending. Imagine when I fall in love with 20 white women. Yes. If you see them most times, they will speak legit and even remove their body and be showing their face to the young lady, and they're happy because now it's now love fraud, right? So they are not pretending if they love you, but they are indirectly pretending that they love you because they are going to show their faces. So by the time they do it for 5-7 persons, and each of those 7 persons are contributing their different offering, so we'll be able to gather up the entire.
But then, how can we even talk when even the society itself is corrupt? Even the people that are supposed to fight the corruption are corrupt, because they are also collecting bribe to shut up. They will only catch you if you refuse to pay.
They are not doing internet fraud. It's a normal fraud.
They are only internet fraud.
How should people avoid internet fraud? What are the red flags people should look out for and avoid being defrauded online? Hello, it's good to have you join us again here at Quest to Know Podcast, a section of podcasts that we question everything about the church, African community, and families. And today is going to be an exceptional episode in Quest to Know Podcast. And in the podcast today, I have wonderful gentlemen who have joined me to do justice to the topic we have today. So from my right, I'll have you, sir, please. May we meet you?
Okay, my name is Egwim Uche. I'm a digital marketer and an ICT consultant.
Wow, welcome, sir. UC. All right, sir, may we meet you?
Okay, my name is Prince Fee. A data scientist, and I also teach cybersecurity and some IT courses as well as I'm also a research assistant as well.
Wow. Welcome, sir. How am I feeling that introduction is not complete? But because these guys are more than what they've just said. And today's topic is what is the cause of internet fraud? What is the cause of internet fraud in our society today, Nigeria and Africa as a whole? Internet fraud is becoming the in thing now. And aside from politics, if people want to make money quick, they'll enter politics. But another way that is booming now is internet fraud. And is a call for our attention to look at this. What is the cause? Is it that parents are failing in their duty, or is it that the society has failed in creating an atmosphere where people can actually work and not go into Yahoo business, as we may call it? Okay, so for the sake of definition and explaining what internet fraud is, let me ask the cyber security, the tech guy. Please, sir, what is internet fraud?
In a layman way, an internet fraud is just, we don't want to be going into definitions and dictionary. We all have dictionaries in our house.
Okay.
So internet fraud is just the ability to mimic or to take advantage of the internet without permission. Right? That's generally from the technical perspective, one's ability to take advantage of a system or an individual without their authorization or consent. So that's what an internet fraud is, because whatever you do legally can be done illegally. So the slight difference there is the authorization. So where there's an authorization, then it's not a fraud. When it is not an authorization, it is said to be a fraud.
Wow. Saisi, please, do you have anything to add to that? How will you explain for people that do not understand what internet fraud is?
Okay, from my own perspective, adding to what Mr. Princefield has said, internet fraud also has to do with what I call impersonation. You know, when you have to pretend to be who you are not, just to defraud the main person. You know, pretending to be someone else who you are not, in order to get what belongs to that person. That is what internet fraud is. But this time around now, doing it with the use of the internet.
Okay.
That's where the internet comes in.
Yeah.
It's a fraudulent act, but now it's being carried out on the internet. That's why the word internet comes into place. That makes it that internet fraud we're talking about.
Wow. So, Mr. Princefield, do you know that my Facebook account has been hacked like 3 times? And because of the person I am on Facebook, people have duped people because of my account.
Okay.
Sir, can you mention a few types of common internet fraud that is applicable in our time?
Okay, there are different internet fraudulent activities.
Yeah.
One could see. One of them is phishing attack, or there are a lot of them.
Okay.
Right? Depending on the concept or depending on the system you are looking into. Like the one you talked about now was just impersonation, right?
Okay, yeah.
Right? So they also have ransomware where they have to own your account and request for a particular amount to be paid. They also have malware and different kinds of, they also have DDoS attack, that's distribution denial of service attack. So there are different fraudulent kind of activities that could be done. For
from what your question there, I'll say Mr. Prince is going technical.
Yes,
and he's going I in the ICT line.
Yes.
Now you and I, we understand that very well. But now I think the question in what we are talking about here now is internet fraud, Yahoo, in Nigerian definition.
Okay.
Let's forget about our ICT acumen and come into the layman word.
Yes.
Because definitely most of these guys out there do not even know what a malware is. Let's not talk of what it is. The highest they know what is to hack a Facebook account, of which is just impersonation that they do mostly.
Yeah.
Now, if we talk about different type of internet fraud, there are lots of them, but some of the most popular one of them we have is the visa fraud.
Oh,
yes, visa fraud is one of the most popular internet fraud that we have today. Many persons are falling victim. When I say many, I mean Many. A lot of persons tell you they want to travel outside the country, they want to travel out, and they'll tell you that this agency that does visa for people, they will secure job and the likes. 90% of them are frauds. That's internet fraud. Now, let's not go there, because the truth there is Nigerian as a society have not even started talking about that, because many have this Jackpot syndrome.
Yeah.
I must leave the country by all means. So because of that, they are falling victim big time. That is a fraud on its own. I don't want to go into that. We have the organic product fraud, internet fraud, those that we come and sell fake products. Tell you how it will work. That is internet fraud, because they use internet to push these things. That's another one. We are not going there, but our major focus today now is in the area of the Yahoo boys.
Okay.
Now, this one are the ones that I call the indirect blood money. This is not Yahoo. This is no longer internet fraud. This is ritual that they are doing, but they are using internet fraud to cover it up. Because the ritual has to be done at the back of the door. Then the main thing will take effect on the internet. Do you understand? So it's too many.
Okay.
It's too many.
Okay, sir. Mr. Bishop, I hear about stuff like Plus Up.
Plus Up.
Are you hearing for the first time?
I'm not hearing for the first time.
So
I know about that.
Yes. But I've not, it's quite, I've not experienced it or seen someone who has, so I could not even tell much of it.
Okay.
Well, I have, I grew up in a place whereby this thing is a thing. Talk about something like Owerri, Imo State. Plus Up is a normal thing, because you see guys come out in a roundabout and either they are eating feces, like real, or you see them bathing naked and doing some certain things. All those things aren't content. Those things are rituals. Then there have been cases of those that will collect soap. They'll tell you in Yoruba word, they'll say Oshe.
Okay.
They collect soap, which they bait and make some incantation before they come online, such that when they are speaking with their supposed clients, the person does what they want to do.
Okay, now, but there's a concept, right?
Yeah.
So the truth is, if you are, most of those things could not make someone to have access to your systems. There is no no amount of incantation or whatever they do. Right. But the rule of thumb here is in every security agency is that your system or the service you're running or your personal information cannot be hacked except you are given. You yourself, who has that system, give it out information. So what these guys do, like this incantation, so what they do generally is social engineering. That's what it's called in cybersecurity, right? Social engineering. So those social engineering patterns, they know how you think, they know how you act. It's just psychology. So most of these guys, it's just like when you're dealing with some of these whites, it's just psychology. They understand psychology, right? So they just come, I say, okay, what could be able to get this guy? So I know how, so over time, now, generally they do for some information gathering. They already know for if I know what, okay, let me give you my experience on how my first WhatsApp was hacked when I was in the university. So I was in a group chat where they were saying, it was a group chat for books, right? Religious meets and all these book, festival. So these guys, so they knew I was in that group. So what they did was they called me. They said, hello, Prince, how are you? I said, I'm fine. They said, okay, we are having a meeting in the group tonight to share more ideas on these particular books. So, and I will know that you are a fool. You have been participating in this over 2 years now, very well in the group. So, and I would like to make you an admin for you to be able to convey the informations in this book. So we are going to send you a message. Good. They knew what I want. That's social engineering. So they came from the psychological part of it. They don't need anything. They just need to understand you. So they do the first part called information gathering, gather information about you. Now they do the social engineering there, and they use that information they have gotten about you and manipulate you. So, but
Mr. Princefield, don't you think that there's a spiritual inclination to this? Because I know some people, sir, and they say that they will go and beat. You go and beat a particular. Yeah, you said it now.
Yes.
Okay, now the perspective where Prince Will is coming out from, one thing you should know about these internet fraudsters is this. They are very smart.
Yes.
They are very smart.
They are not dumb.
They are very smart. That's why they'll say they take time to be trained in their HK.
HK?
Yes.
That was HK?
That's where they gather Yahoo boys. They refer to it as HK. I don't know the meaning of the HK. If I start telling you some terminologies they use, you'll be surprised. It was on internet. I saw someone like, it's hard to find a clean OS these days.
Yes.
So now, they're like, is there any OS that's different from Apple, Windows, and Linux? One guy was like, see fools. Who tell you he's talking about system? It was then I knew that there's another meaning for OS,
Yes.
and that meaning for OS is for Yahoo boys. When they say OS, they don't mean your operating system.
Yes.
It is something else.
Cool.
Now, these guys are very smart. The angle, the perspective that Mr. Prince Will is speaking with is one format that they use. Now, once they see that format has cast, they switch. Now, the one that is trending these days is what they call bombing. Now, what do they do with bombing? They look for the less privileged, especially that are outside the country, that the government are funding, and they impersonate these people to divert their funds. Take, for example, now the case of the flood that happened in Philippines of recent. The flood is massive. It displaced millions of persons. And now countries were sending relief funds, and they made it known to the citizens that, okay, your fund will be released to your numerous account. Now, people had in mind and started bombing Philippines. What do they mean? They started hacking accounts of Filipinos in order to what? Be receiving these funds. Now, the main people that are suffering do not get what they need. It's these impersonators that will get these things.
Okay.
So now that is because these guys are very smart. Talk about bombing, talk about the, they know what Mr. Prince will say. They know what you need. Then they bring it to you. And innocently, if you are not the type that is detailed enough and pay attention to things, you will fall into it. Because they will know that, okay, you are looking, you are hungry. And they will engage you in conversation. They will study you. When they study you and they know that, oh, you are hungry, you know you do this, you know you do that, they will bring that to you. Now, let me talk about one which they do very well with Facebook. This one I might be casting their deal though. I might have to cast them. Now, a lot of person push too much personal information on their Facebook page. It gives them that access that they know everything
about you.
Now, how was I able to decode this? After my service, I became a victim of job scam. And since then, I never fall victim. Now, that made me take time to study their pattern. Now, what did they do? They went to our Facebook page. Now, as I'm graduating, as I'm passing out of NYC, remember when I entered camp, I was posting everything, posting my friend. Now, due to I was in camp, he's serving with me. I added him as friend on Facebook. We added ourselves. We have this our white tag. Now, from the tag, they saw my platoon number, platoon 4. He's in my picture. They saw his own too, platoon 5. They saw his own too, platoon 6. They take his details. They take other people's details. They take mine. Now, when we are passing out, we post it, oh, POP, NYC, done and dusted, this and that. They knew all that. They give us a space of, sometimes, in fact, mine was a week before passing out. When they called one of my friends and said there is a job available, this and that, this. They convinced him. He went and checked the person. Now, the thing is, they will take their time.
Are you serious?
And be talking with you. They don't mind. They can burn airtime even up to 5,000 naira. They will make you feel so comfortable. Like, if they call, they will talk, they will laugh for hours. You'll be like, okay, no, this person cannot be a scammer now. This person is spending so much time with me. Or not you know, that kind of thing. You feel relaxed like, okay, no, he's a legit person for him to have been taking the time. So they talk about the whole thing. Now they told us about the job that we'll have to apply. Okay, we need our credentials. Now, we that just finishing service, you now say, okay, the credentials, you listed everything, then you now put international passport, national ID. Okay, I have my national ID. Say you need international passport. For what? They say, no, you need it. The job is in Nigerian Bureau, it's Osun State, and it's very necessary. We can arrange it. We can get it for you. It's just 15K. Okay. Okay,
Sure.
it's not much.
Sure.
It's just 15K. Then they will talk about, okay, they'll just, at the end of the day, they sent text message inviting us for interview using bulk SMS. Now, we told them we are still serving, that we'll pass out. They say, yes, it's going to be after we pass out. After we pass out, they send the message. The only thing is, at a point, I started suspecting that these guys aren't too legit.
Okay.
Now, being that I'm from Southwest, I'm going back I plan staying back here, but then I was like, okay, since this opportunity, I did some underground check. I saw that Nigerian breweries, true, they have office there and the likes, but there was no vacancy. And this guy made it known to us that it was internal.
Okay.
Now, my guy that they told, I was like, how do you know this person? He said this person is a friend to the auntie's friend on Facebook. So they followed him and were adding some family members to convince him that they know. Along the line, we've made some payment up to 30,000 naira. And I say, you know what? The day of the interview, I said, let me go first. If I go and see things, then we can come, because this person is to come from Abuja. This person is to come from Kogi State. I'm to move from Oyo State, Ibadan. I said, Osun State is closer to me. It's just about 2-3 hours drive from Ibadan. I'll get to Osun State. But you guys are far. Let me go first. I went, dressed up with my suit, well styled, I'm going to work in a brewery as an admin assistant. My tech skill is very top notch. I already prepared myself, like any question at all. I carried my file. I located that brewery, the Nigerian brewery, NBC. I located it in Osun State. It was legit. Only for me to get there, and when they saw me, they looked like, okay. In fact, from the gate, they thought I'm maybe one senior person that came. When I said I came for a job interview, they looked at me. Job interview. From where?
Nibo.
As they ushered me in, I went in, and when I talked, it was one person that asked, who said, when I now disclosed the identity of the person, how I was doing, they said, oh, Jesus, this man has defrauded another set of people. That this person worked with them, but has been laid off for over 8 years.
Wow.
Now he used that information and everything and been defrauding people. Then I felt, as soon as I come, I just called the other one. After I say I did pack, Oga, no pay the transport, no pay. We've been scammed. Now that's one thing. So this internet fraud thing is much. The only thing there is just the way they make their money is not the type that they flaunt.
Okay.
Because how many 30K do you want to collect to make up to 1 million? But the real problem of today, when we talk about internet fraud, is these ones that these guys, the plus guys, come online, they flaunt millions. They flaunt this thing. You see one small boy just come out after 2 years, he's driving Venza, he's driving Big Daddy. Vehicle of 8 million. You ask yourself, where did he get the money from? That is where the problem is. Where did he get the money from? How come? Nobody is asking question. No one is even questioning him.
This is what I'm about to come to, because it seems like our parents, sir, most parents, in fact, girlfriends, are moved by the money. They don't want to know the source. Okay, sir, Mr. Priscilla, let me come to that. Do you think the society has played, what is the role as society played in this? Because these boys are seemingly doing well, and people like you who are doing the real job, the genuine, the legal work, seem not to be cashing out, as we may say. So what is the thing? What's society doing in this?
Just the one word, it's policy. Right? That's just one word, policy. So, and these guys, the way they do it, even most policy may not be able to catch up with them, because these days, what they do is relationship fraud, right? Through the internet. So relationship fraud. So I pretend that I love you for the fact that I love you. You'll be sending. Imagine when I fall in love with 20 white women. Yes. If you see them, most times they will speak legit and even remove their body and be showing their face to the young lady, and they're happy because now it's now love fraud, right? So they are not pretending if they love you, but they are indirectly pretending that they love you because they are going to show their faces. So by the time they do it for 5-7 persons, and each of those 7 persons are contributing their different offering, so be able to gather up the entire.
Mr. Priscilla, let me just shock you that there is something you don't know. They don't show their face.
Some do.
There is this app they call Skype app.
See,
Which
I
they
understand
use
that part. See, I have met, the truth is, I met category of guys. This one is that they were not ashamed of it, right? They were not ashamed of it. They were showing their face, even in the public vehicle. Like we booked a vehicle, private vehicle. So the guy was like, after he finished, he asked a friend, how I do? Yeah, some more, you try.
Like talking to a white
Yes,
lady.
I'm not joking. Like after talking with that one, then he called the second one. Right? It was just 5 of us that booked the vehicle. So I was in the back. I just like, wow, see scoop. Like these ones are free. They are normal. Yes, they have the ones for that they have to hide their face.
Yes.
Now, those ones now, that one is different. So there are apps you could use to change your face, do all of all those things, voice cloning, face cloning, all those ones. Then those ones are advanced ones. These guys are, even while you have this face cloning, voice cloning could be tracked by policies. But this one I'm talking about now, this is a mutual thing. So there's no policy that holds mutual relationship from you sending money.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah,
Until you are caught by the court of law that, okay, money came from different people and they reported, that this is a relationship fraud, then that's when you could hold them. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So some of them, they do show their face to form relationship between different kinds of, imagine you send $20 from 5 different persons for one day. You don't, that day, on that week, don't finish. So on the next week, so that's what it be.
Okay.
Back to that question, if it's the society or parents, both contribute to this wideness of internet fraud.
Yeah, because
now,
sorry, before you continue, some parents do not mind where their children get money, as much as they come back home with goodies. They are good children.
Now, before you even go to the parent, let's start with the society.
Okay.
Now, when I was growing up, I was among those that was born in the 90s. Growing up, you can never say you're a Yahoo boy. Then internet fraudsters used to hide, because the moment they hear you're a fraud, in fact you're a Yahoo boy, the way the whole society will segregate you. The stigmatization is just like you and that of someone that has HIV. Parents will want their children to stay away from you. In fact, nobody want to collect anything from you because they believe that it is not clean. It is not legit. But now, these days, the society has now washed everything, that the society worship money and lose integrity.
Okay.
So the place of morality and integrity is being taken away, and money is being used to wash everything. That's why you see when a small boy comes out, he goes to the village, and when he comes out in the village, they'll carry chieftaincy title and give him. Nobody cares to ask. Even in the church.
I was about to come to that. The church.
You see a small boy of 18 years, 19 years, we come to the church with bundles of money, maybe around 400. We go to an altar and he's praying, and you see the pastor is dancing happily, like continues praying. Where is the money coming from?
Oh, Lord, Jesus.
Nobody cares to know. Then we have the issue of parents who support their children. They know their children are into this and they try to shield them. How do they shield them? Still back to the society. They go to the police. They clear the police. They go to the EFCC. They clear EFCC. They go to the NDLEA. They clear these people. So once it's happening, they look away from where this child of such person is. While I was in the university, there was this guy that is into internet fraud. But then nobody can catch him. Nobody can arrest him. Why? His mother is a bank manager. So do you know what it means? Everything, the mother has already played the politics. They cover up everything. Nobody can question him. He will tell you he's doing this is business. They will create businesses
around it. Yes.
Brand it, like they will brand it, have ID card, have staff that are there. They will be coming to work. But ask me, what are they coming to do? They come to work, they stay till sometimes they move just to prove that they are legit. Meanwhile, they are not doing anything. The major thing they are doing, they know. We call it money washing. They use that one to make the world look like the more you look, the less you see. Now, someone that is now working legitimately, doing his 9 to 5, will now be like, I don't understand.
What am I?
You go office, I go office. You are working, I'm working. You are driving Benz, I'm entering keke. Like, what's going on? He will not be questioning his own originality, not knowing that it is not what
not all you see. Yeah.
They are doing something more. They are doing relationship fraud. They are stealing from people. They are impersonating people and taking what belongs to them. But then they'll make it look like the legit people are not doing the work. But then how can we even talk when even the society itself is corrupt? Even the people that are supposed to fight the corruption are corrupt because they are also collecting bribe to shut up. They only catch you if you refuse to pay.
They are not doing internet fraud. It's a normal fraud.
They are only internet
fraud.
Like now, if I'm a fraudster and I don't want to be disturbed, now I'm going to tell you a secret. I know someone that does that. The guy is outside the country now, though. He got close to the Nigerian army, made friends with so many of their top. He go to club with them. He do ball them. Right. So this thing now gave him this relationship to the point that he joined one of their officers' mess club and has a legit ID card. This is a civilian, but he has ID card of an officer's mess club.
What are you not telling me?
Now, when he's driving anywhere, nobody dare stop him. You stop him and label in Yahoo boy, he will tell you, he will challenge you. If you talk too much, when he flag his ID card and you are seeing the legit officer's mess ID card, if you talk, he will call generals, he will call colonels that will deal with you on that spot. Now, tell me what you want to do with such person. Because of what? They enter the system, they buy the system, they blend in, so you cannot even do anything. That is where that is it. So he becomes so strong that when I met him here in Akwa Ibom State, when he's driving, nobody stops him. If he drive and police cross him, he will be the first person to challenge the policeman for crossing him. When they tell him you're a Yahoo, but this is the moment he flag he said he doesn't want to be putting military camouflage on this thing. But then even if he use military camouflage on his dashboard, just him bringing out that, the military knows that no civilian can have that ID card. You must be a military personnel or from a military personnel background or relative relation to such for you to have that. And that card, for you to have it, the person that might have brought you in must be a very senior rank officer. So now imagine that. So nobody, not even a 2-rank officer, a sergeant or a lieutenant colonel will come and talk anyhow where he is. Because of what? He has status, very strong backing. Backing that you cannot win. Money stops nonsense. Now you will legitimately hustle 9 to 5.
They're going to slap you for
now buy ordinary Big Daddy.
They're going to slap you
You buy ordinary Big Daddy. In fact, you buy it without Nigerian use. You will spend thousands of naira to fix it up to be to your taste. You drive from Waniba to Water Fountain. Police stop you. You drive from here to here. You go Ekpa Road. They stop you. They beat you up. Why? Because you don't have that money to give them.
Yeah.
They will, as soon as they are stopping you, they are knocking you bill of 1 million in order not to label you a Yahoo boy. Where do you want to see 1 million? Can't wait to collect on load.
Oh, guys. It's been an amazing and interesting session here today. I know you have something to add to this very particular topic. What is the cause of internet fraud? Is it the society or our parents or even the church? Drop it on the comment section. Come on, go in, type in what you think about this particular topic. As we bring this session to an end, let me ask Mr. Prince first, because I know Mr. Prince has a very strong roots in the Christianity and he knows about the Bible. Although he's a tech guy. So is internet fraud a sin?
It is a sin.
It's a sin.
Yes, it is a sin. It must not be defined in the Bible that internet fraud is a sin. So the question is, what's a sin? So good. So if you know the definition of sin, you could be able to distinguish anything somebody said. So you know that what looks like a sin to me may not be a sin to you. So that's the same thing. So internet fraud is a sin because what was the intention? God judged the intention of the heart. Your intention is to defraud a person. So what is your intention for impersonation? To also defraud. So guys, the content, what do you want to do? So it's a sin.
Okay, sir. Your last word, how do people, in 1 minute, how should people avoid internet fraud? What are the red flags people should look out for and avoid being defrauded online?
Oh, when they are quick. When they say they need this thing now and we need to implement now, guy, be rest assured that 90% of it is internet fraud. They are just about to fraud you. So they will always be quick because they want to do it now. So that's one of the first things you should look out for.
Yeah.
Then for your own, you have to be careful of the links you click. You have to be careful of, you have to update your softwares if you are using Microsoft systems. And the password you use also, most of your application, like the one you set for Facebook, for you to hack my Facebook is just like for you to bring down Facebook, because every end of Facebook is already verified. So my password is more than 3 times my name. I have two-way authentication already enabled. So I use authentication app as well. And so for you, before you even send a message, all the apps have already notified you this email. Okay. So setting up every security features of the application you're using are very important.
Thank you.
So
thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir. All right, sir. So your final words, how should people avoid and stay away from being defrauded? Whether someone using plus up, psychology, anyhow, how should people avoid?
All right. Now, the easiest way to avoid scammers is, number one, is be yourself. Because sometimes some persons fall for this scam because they want to get it fast.
Oh.
They are looking for quick, they don't turn it around, they want to flip it fast. Then secondly is, like he said, let all your devices has the necessary security. One thing I discovered, in fact, even common email, some person aside their password that they created, they don't have others. For me, if you pick any of my device, even if you pick my system, I control my system from my phone. If you try to log into my Facebook, or more notification, not too much, because the system will send its own, Facebook will send, email will send, two-factor authentication will send. So when all of them is sending, all of them cannot be. Another thing there is this. When there are some of us that we like reading, we are inquisitive, but there are certain things you should be very careful of. There are certain what we call clickbait. You see where, especially for a person that don't have what we call self-discipline, you see where they put, this girl was raped by so and so boys. You want to read the story. Then you are seeing a link that is not, more, calm down, relax. That's just the one thing. Number 2 thing is pay attention to details. Anything they tell you that they want to do, calm down. Pay attention and ask necessary questions. Don't be too fast or be in a hurry like, they say it will not happen now. No, just be calm.
Wow.
Just be calm. You will always, when they see that you are calm, you've already defeated them, because by the next thing you hear is, Mumu, you are very stupid. I don't fire you. Because of what? Don't play along.
Yeah.
Then another thing, be smart. Nobody will call you and tell you I send you a code for you to do so and so for me. Okay? The code should not come to me if it's you that is doing it. It should come to you. So for the code to come to me, it means you are trying to do something from my own page that is not supposed to be, that you don't supposed to have access to. That's why I've been sent that code. It's not your business. So just let it be.
Wow.
Then last but not the least, take your personal information. Don't put your life on social media. Let people, like, some things can be there, but several things should not be there. Your address, your phone number, your bank details, those things have nothing to do on social media. Do you understand me? All this quick giveaway, drop your number for this and this, all of them are scam.
It has been a wonderful ride here, asking questions to know what's the cause of internet fraud. And trust me, these gentlemen have done justice to this topic. And you may have your own quarter to add to what we've said so far. And it will be a great advantage. You've heard so far that you put your security tight. Don't be fast to jump on links. Just stay calm. Don't be inquisitive to do sharp money, and then you will not be defrauded. Thank you very much for joining us at Quest to Know podcast. See you next time. Bye for now.